Oh no,
That too.
I already ate. I'm just eating pretzels for a snack. Cause like I didn't know
Oh.
what the hell was taking you guys.
Okay.
We always do this to each other.
This always happens.
Yeah.
So when last we left off, I don't even fucking remember. You guys were in the tavern chilling with Mac.
Yep, we met Mac.
Mac told me that I had a big fat bounty on my head.
It's not even a big fat bounty. It's a 1,500 gold bounty.
We've been reunited with Clementine, who's explained her situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We got some new tattoos.
Mm.
No, that's important.
Did I do one for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did I do?
The cone of cold twice a day.
Oh, okay.
Who wants some Kona Cold?
So that's pretty cool. That's a big old horned wolf on my shoulder.
And the question is, what do you want to do now?
I think where we last left the last session, we were trying to decide if we were going to go to see the drow or the vampires first.
Right.
I think that there were a couple of things that we did want to do beforehand. I mean, certainly the miasma of evil over the Hell Jungle is something that we could probably fix. And I guess, I heard some implication that there might be a time limit for the current situation at the Hell Jungle.
The time limit has been addressed. Whether or not it's to Solandra's satisfaction remains to be seen.
Which means probably not.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sal. When Holt said he had it, he meant he had it.
Well, I did do some research and found out that the Knights of Salt might be able to do a major warding around the fortress.
And what if I wanted to get back in there?
Well, you could.
Would I?
I think so. I think you said you said that Holt could, right? Last session.
He probably would be able to. It's meant to keep things in, not keep. Yeah.
I might be able to get in, but not out.
You'd be able to get in. You'd probably be able to get out. It would just be excruciatingly unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, like lesser devils and demons, like those devils and demons with names not known outside the Nine Hells would certainly not be able to get through.
Well, until if you decide to do that, Riate is going to heading back there. Should work to keep some things in line.
My big concern is if that miasma over the Hell Jungle gets worse, it could lead to mass madness, murders, suicides.
I mean, yes, but wasn't it mostly being thrown out there by the presence of Grotz? And he's gone. He left.
That's a good point.
I thought you said, Renal, that that it was still present.
Oh yeah, it's definitely still present. Solandra, I mean, it might have just been Grotz. This could just be residual Grotz, but it might also just be the fact that there's a portal open at all.
Well, yeah, I could try breaking apart the cloud again and see if it restores itself or if it stops.
Wouldn't take us long at all to try that.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that would be the that would be our first task to see if we can break apart the cloud of evil over the hell jungle before without using extreme measures. I'd probably prepare for it by like really going heavy on major dispel magic.
Do you
Like greater
teleport?
dispel.
Where do you teleport in the Hell Jungle, and who do you bring with you?
Holt's reluctant to go.
Clem would like to go.
I don't see why I'm needed.
This doesn't seem important to me.
It doesn't. I have other things to do.
Now, if Solandra and I can both cast Greater Dispel magic, can we put our magic hands together and, like, cast a super one?
You can.
Cool.
Essentially, create a ritual where we're just amplifying the effects overall.
Exactly.
Cool.
Dispel magic is definitely an easy spell for two casters, even of vastly different casting disciplines, to be able to put together.
Wonderful. Solandra, I don't think we've ever tried to cast a spell together before. We're usually very different.
I think I understand your paradigm well enough to. Yeah, let's make a circle. Can incorporate. Hey, this is where we intersect over here. This is my elven blood, which really links in with your, with your sort of natural nature. There's a good hook there, so we can build the circle around that.
Exactly.
And that's where my heavy arcanum meets your heavy naturalism.
Especially if it's with the same goal in mind. Common purpose.
All right, so do a spell. Is this a spellcraft roll?
Yes.
Okay. Fuck.
46.
Okay. And oh look, it's still nasty.
Can I assist with a 19?
You can. You give
Okay,
roll
thanks.
plus 3.
Thanks.
That's pretty gross.
For a total
It's still
of 49.
nasty.
So the two of you guys, and you look up at the sky, and you're like, "Yep, that's demon clouds." And you dispel the fuck out of those demon clouds. They're super dispelled. They all just sort of like dissipate and poof away. You got rid of one demon cloud. Nice work.
Woo!
How many demon clouds are there?
Theoretically infinite. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, Solandra. How many clouds are there in the sky?
Oh, great.
Gotcha.
And the rest of the clouds are like, oh man, there's a hole in our demon cloud, and it's slowly filling back up.
Wow.
Fuck.
Alright, so we're pissing into a wildfire here.
Yeah. So unless we can block off the source, this is not gonna go well.
Mm-mm.
And
No, it's fine.
Hey.
Leave the evil factory on. Don't touch it.
so, is this cloud still? I mean, is the whole group of clouds still growing? I mean, is this something that's going to keep on expanding until it covers all of Septemport?
It won't go that far. Like there does seem to be a point of dissipation where it just sort of like part of it flits off towards the sky, like frantically trying to scrabble down, and some parts of it fall to the earth, frantically trying to scrabble up. And then being like, oh, sweet, we get to go to the earth. Cool. Demon Earth. Woo!
Well, unless Kira or Dogo have any suggestions, I guess next stop is to go visit our old friend Serge.
Yeah, you got anything on this, Dogo?
Dogo does not.
Okay.
And
He's kind of like ambivalent about the whole thing.
Kira's like, just kill all the demons. And it really, really piss off Holmes.
Clem, I see what you're trying to do, and it's not gonna work. It's a puzzle! Real tough puzzle, kid.
Well, we could study. It's like dueling banjos with keyboards. Na, 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 na.
I was talking to some of my other RP pals, and I'm like, I can RP with 3 people at the same time, and they're like, no, you can't. And I'm like, motherfucker, watch me.
Well, Dogo's no help.
Well, these salty fuckers seem to be our best bet. Before we do that, I do want to take a look at Gemma's Fortress with the goggles and see if
All right.
I want to take a look at Gemma's Fortress with the goggles and see if I can isolate if it's coming just from like a shaft at the top, if it's something that we could block, or if it's just the entire fortress is just seething with this.
Sure thing. As I said, we can try to do what we did last time, I think, which was just tree stride close and then walk the rest of the way.
Yeah, that would work.
It's super effective.
Bing!
Oh fuck, this place is like a fucking evil factory.
Oh, fuck, it hurts
boy.
my eyes to look at that. Here, look. Ah, man.
No thanks.
It's like, it's like fangs and eyes and bile all floating up from it. Ugh.
Like, the fortress itself is like a smokestack for this shit.
And if we plug the stack, it'll blow up sooner or later.
Yeah. Like a big pustule.
Yeah.
This is true.
Ugh.
Your plane of existence is sick.
Alright, I think we need to do something about this. I know Holt's not terribly interested in it, but
the Hell Jungle suffered enough.
yeah. And I'm looking at the vegetation and the animals near this place. Have they started to become corrupted?
Yeah.
Clem, look at this.
Yeah, this Earth is not happy.
This is abyssal vegetation. It's starting to fucking sprout out from here. The Hell Jungle is going to become the fucking Abyss Jungle.
The Hell Jungle, yeah.
Mostly, Clementine, you can tell with your... How many points do you have in Knowledge Nature?
A lot.
I mean, you can roll it if you want, but it's strictly unnecessary.
Tell me, Mr. DM, sir.
So, like, you can tell that even the vegetation is becoming more predatory around here.
I mean, that little bug is usually just surviving off slurps of dew off the leaves, not eating bug eggs.
Yeah, but also, like, you can tell in the roots below that trees are trying to strangle other trees.
Ones that usually grow in support of each other.
Exactly.
Trying to smother the babies in its crib.
Your genius loci is not going to like this either, I suppose.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
all right.
For the most part, Gaia isn't really concerned. Because even though it's different, it's still natural. It doesn't subvert the natural order. From a big thought Gaia perspective, but your average botanist would be like, "Oh no, this is bad. This is gonna fuck things up."
Yeah, Gaia's fine with a complete ecosystem change, as long as it's an ecosystem.
She just has her idea of a concern is, she's a bit more of a watchmaker. And the watch is still ticking, it's just keeping time on a different scale.
Exactly. If someone said your watch is now in a base 40, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, it still technically tells time and it still works. But if you broke that watch, don't break that watch.
Don't go digital.
Don't.
Well, Holt's going to be not necessarily really happy about this, but I think we have to do something. So
I think he'll understand. It's just, he has different priorities right now, which I can understand. He just doesn't understand why this is important.
These fucking people have suffered enough. You know, I mean, This is. All right. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get to the Knights of the Sacred Salt.
You can tree stride to the northwestern portion of the Hell Jungle, but eventually there will come a point where the forest ends, and then you will have to keep going.
Actually, I've got a spell that I've been wanting to try. Windwalk. You and your allies turn vaporous and travel fast.
Oh yeah, we've done that before. We did it. Remember, we did it when we were going through District 5. Was it? Yeah, when we were going through District 5 and yeah.
Basically, we become clouds and zoom.
Right, let's go search for the Knights of the Sacred Salt.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys go flying off. And you once again reach the point where greenery meets the blasted salt lands. And it's a stark contrast. There is a border that goes on and reaches out
The fuck?
as far as you can see.
Have we been here before? I don't remember this.
You saw something similar on Sarush's side,
Okay.
because his temple lies on the opposite pole in the very same spot. Also, now you can see the face of the mountain. Look upon your works, ye mighty in despair. Because, like, the outside of the mountain is unscalable, to say the least. And it's fucking huge.
So now we're looking up at Septemport from here?
Yes. And you realize, like, it is big. It is very tall. This is a big mountain.
It's kind of crazy how it's almost freaking crazy microclimates. Hey, look, there's District 2 up there.
Oh, hey!
Wow, it looks like shit even from here.
I can see the trash crab swarms just like moving like a flock of geese.
And down below, there is a subtle. Actually, make some perception checks.
Got it.
Oh, God.
41.
That's 29 for me.
You guys are able to spy with your very clever eyes a structure made out of saltstone, and some people wandering around within it.
I guess it doesn't rain here at all.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I guess it doesn't rain here at all.
No.
Guys, can you give my mom some experience points? She just gave me some cookie dough.
Just raw cookie dough?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, your mom gets like 1,000,000 experience points.
Hey,
Reynolds says you get 1,000,000 experience points, Mama.
Cool.
I'm a fifth edition guy, so
What can I do with those
inspiration.
experience points?
Whatever you want.
Oh,
You can learn magic.
I want to learn magic.
Mom and I were playing some Hot Seat Heroes of Might and Magic last night.
Oh man, I saw you playing that.
Uh-huh.
What factions were you guys playing as?
So she was Fortress, I was Castle.
Fortress is the goblin one, right?
Mm. Excuse me, not fortress. Rampart.
Oh, Rampart. Yeah.
Yeah, she loves ramparts. Are her favorites.
I mean, that makes sense. Ramparts are fucking dope. Those centaurs are too fucking strong, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And those fucking elven archers are also too fucking strong.
I love
Unfortunately,
it.
the Pegasi and unicorns aren't so great. But the dendroids are pretty good.
Mhm.
And, of course, gold dragons. 4th level spells or lower? Fuck off.
Just leave.
What's that earth spell? Implosion. Not implosion? Then fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Implosion is like my favorite spell in the game.
Yeah, because it fucking murders a single stack.
I have not played a Heroes of Might and Magic game in many, many iterations, probably.
But, anyway. Yes, you spy the Saltstone Spire.
All right, let's approach and maybe materialize a little. Can we communicate with each other while this is going on?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. I have the message cantrip now too, so that might also be effective.
Nice.
So maybe we should materialize a little ways away so they can see us coming.
Very good idea. We shall do so.
It's a fucking cool spell by the way, Clementine. I think it's fun.
I can respond to message, right?
You can.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So you guys land, and there is already someone coming out to greet you.
Beautiful. I wave.
They are pretty damn naked. It's a woman, and she's basically wearing just enough to keep herself modest. Also, I should note, the heat is insane. Like, you've been in the District 2 sand wastes, you've been in the wastelands of District 6, but this is a heat unlike any you have ever experienced. It is a purely dry heat. Pounding, unbroken sun in a world where nothing can live.
I cast resist energy on myself.
That's a good idea.
That's really smart. I've got a bunch of fire resist. Does that help?
How much fire resistance you got?
30.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
If you have 10 fire resistance, you can ignore the blazing heat.
But this sucks. I don't
Oh.
like this place.
Oh yeah, we're talking maximum suckage right here. And this woman comes near the two of you, and she has wild fucking eyes. And she levels a sword at the two of you, and
Is this like a chainmail bikini type chick?
no,
I'm picturing like the wives' outfits from Fury Road.
that is exactly what I was gonna say. We've a chest wrap and like something more than a loincloth, no shoes. And
She's got some tough feet then.
I was about to say, so Solandra, you wear shoes, right?
Most of the time. I mean, it depends. Like, Solandra's goes barefoot quite a bit.
Right.
But yeah. But when she's in rough terrain, she'll wear shoes.
Right. And Clementine, I assume you're not wearing shoes.
No shoes.
This. You've only been walking on this pure fucking salt for like maybe 5 minutes. It is already unpleasant.
My God.
Every bit of it is coarse. Because like sand has some give. Salt doesn't have give. It naturally forms crystals, which are naturally a little sharp. Everything, walking around out here on everything feels like, in some way, walking on shattered glass.
Oh God.
It's not that sharp, but it's, like, almost that bad.
I leave brother sheathed and I raise my hand and say, "We seek the Knights of the Sacred Souls. We don't mean any harm."
She screeches something out to you. Do you speak Celestial, Solandra?
Of course.
She says, "Say something, so that I know that you are not some fevered delusion."
Something. I'll say it in Celestial.
she laughs at that and she's like, no. Speak the name of God. Say something that would be blasphemous to evildoers.
Oh fuck. Kira.
Say
She's
more.
cool.
Say something that would be absolutely blasphemous.
Well, I mean, blasphemous to the evil types, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Probably saying Kira has a nice ass probably wouldn't qualify. Honestly,
No, that count. That count.
all right. I mean,
I assume that you mutter that, and she says, "No, that counts. That counts. That's good."
Yeah, I mean, she's a cool chick, so it's okay.
I'm sorry. We just have to be sure. We are often visited by agents of Gemma and other things that would prey on our minds.
Oh, yeah. So there's a little problem. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I point back over at the Hell Jungle. There is a fucking miasma of evil and chaos that's pouring into the skies of the Hell Jungle. I lean over and whisper to Clem, "Am I saying miasma too much? It is a nice word."
Clem gives a little shrug and says, "I don't know what the celestial word for miasma is. I don't know celestial at all."
She doesn't sheath her sword because she has nothing to sheath it with. She just lowers it and drags it along the sand, leaving like a path behind her. And as you guys are walking towards the spire and the saltstone structures, a wind kicks up.
Oh fuck!
Oh yeah, it's just a single gust, but I'm gonna need a fortitude save from each of you. Like, that's all there is to it.
Plus 18, so that is a 28.
33.
So you guys tough it out pretty good, but I don't know if you've ever gotten pure salt in any of your bodily orifices.
I would say I've never been sand blasted before.
This isn't sand. This is
I've never been salt blasted before.
I have been, because sometimes during the winter, they use too much fucking salt on the roads. And, I mean, like, they just pour tons and tons of salt on the roads.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns the roads white, not with snow, but with salt. And then a wind comes up, and you do get frickin' salt in your eyes.
Yeah, and then you have to hope that you don't have your mouth open, or you'll get salt in your teeth.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really kind of gross.
And remember, this isn't a salty road. This is salt. Capital S. It's everywhere. And yeah, you guys just get fucking blasted. It's not just in your mouth. It's not just in your eyes. It's up your nose. And if you
I'm so glad I did.
and if you don't tie your belt tight, it's gonna get fucking in your genitals.
No.
And the last thing you want is salt in your vagina.
It's more likely than you think.
It's way more likely than you think. But this woman, she does not give a fuck.
I am terrified and more than a little turned on by her prowess.
Like, it scours across her body and, you know, falls away like surf on the rock.
So salt is traditionally used in most magic where there's like repulsion of evil, right? So like protective spells and things like that. It's pretty much endemic.
It's not so much protection as it is purity. Salt grinds things away. Wards away filth and water and other contaminants.
Well, I guess it's clean. Do you want the goggles?
No, that's okay.
I'm
I
gonna put them on
transformed
then.
into an earth elemental.
Oh no, now the salt is everywhere. The salt is in you. You have become the salt.
I am the salt.
Oh wait, no. Oh shit. My friends and I, we used to just, instead of declaring someone as salty, we would just post this picture.
Is it a salt golem?
It is a salt golem!
I have learned a new form this day.
You're not quite a salt golem because you're an elemental, but actually yes, so the periodic table of elements are still elements, and as such, if you're able to purely understand a periodic table element, you are actually able to transform into the elemental.
That is outstanding.
That's cool.
That being said, you won't find too many people who are able to do it, but there are rumors of people who can summon, like, a chlorine elemental, which kills anything that fucking breathes it in.
I lick my finger, go run it over Clementine's leg, then lick it again. You're yummy.
Thanks.
So, like, a salt golem can breathe out a cone of abrasive salt, which deals desiccation damage.
Oh my lord.
Oh dear.
It also deals desiccation damage with all of its natural attacks. A
Desiccation damage.
a salt golem, because it is a powder, can engulf people, causing them to take desiccation damage. That being said, if you get covered in water, it can just kill you.
Fair. High risk, high reward. Here's a fun fact about salt and stuff. So, Syracuse used to be known as Salt City. And so our roller derby team is called Assault City.
You're fired.
Oh.
Also, Assault Golem can instead turn itself into a Salt Swarm.
Oh.
And just start dealing
Okay.
desiccation damage to enemies it engulfs. That being said, water is the weakness. Any spell with the water subtype deals 50% extra damage. Double damage if you're in cloud form.
Ooh.
And you need to make a charisma check in order to not fucking flip the fuck out. It's not a will save, it's a charisma check.
Damn. Okay.
One thing I did notice on one of those salty road days is salt devils. Dust devils made out of salt.
Oh, yeah. Those are cool.
That happens around here. Noted. Thank you, Dave. This is a tool that we will use later.
That's a secret tool that will help us later.
But she leads you into the sort of compound, and there are a bunch of other people around here, who have also sort of like been blasted by the salt. Like some of them, like almost everyone is completely hairless. The salt just scours it away.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of more delicate parts of the body have been ground down, like the nose and ears.
Mm.
And all of these people are just a little bit smooth.
When you say ground down, do they have like open wounds there, or are they?
No,
like,
no.
Is their skin?
It's not scar tissue. It's not a closed wound. A closed wound would be the best way to describe it.
So they've sort of gone the Voldemort route.
Sort of. Not that bad. Not that grotesque. But like, feel your nose and feel like the way any part that is like bumpy or round, grind that off. Like,
Oh, but then I love my
much,
nose.
That's pretty much my nose.
perfect. Like, feel the curvature of your ear. All those little bumps, all those little pieces, grind them down until they're all flat.
So basically, they look a little plastic.
They do look a little plastic, and there are definitely older people among them, but they don't have any wrinkles. Like, there are definitely people with, like, you know, hunched shoulders, and definitely sort of, like, older people with absolutely ancient desiccated tomes and scrolls.
I look at those with great curiosity.
And these people are just, they don't have wrinkly skin. All of the wrinkles have been scoured away.
Hi, Ziggy.
Oh boy, let's see if Ziggy starts screaming.
Meanwhile, in District 4.
Meanwhile, in District 4, and so like the woman introduces you, just like, we have visitors, everyone. So like,
Did she say this in Celestial?
yes.
I do you understand languages outside of Celestial? My friend doesn't speak it.
She looks at you, like, sort of, like, queerly for a moment, and she just says, I did, once. And, like, make a sense motive roll.
30.
30. Uh, like, she looks like she's a million miles away. Like, you ask her about her you inadvertently asked her about her previous tongue, and that world seems so far beyond her. Like, it is almost a miracle that she recalled it at all. We're dealing with, like, a sort of, like, dementia level relation to her own past. And, like, her mother tongue.
So if people don't speak the common tongue. All right, I'll switch to common for a second.
Do you tell Clementine that, or?
Well, no, I'm switching to common just to ask to see if she recognizes it.
And she just says, you were speaking a language I could understand a second ago. Why did you stop?
Sorry, Clem. They don't seem to understand anything about Celestial.
That's all right. You'll just have to translate for me.
Okay. All right. My name is Solandra Batalis. This is Clementine Pastor, and we understand that you have access to powerful protective magics, and we are looking for a way to help the people of the Hell Jungle deal with a abyssal taint that has started to permeate the Hell Jungle.
You say abyss, and they start freaking the fuck out. Not like in a bad way, but like a. Did she say abyss? She said abyss. She said abyss. She said abyss. You know what that means? She said abyss. She said abyss.
I just turn my head to Clementine. You know, the worst fucking thing about Celestial is there are no fucking swears. They're a little freaked out about the whole abyssal thing. Can you imagine a language where they don't fucking swear? It is so.
There has to be curse equivalents.
There is the most heavy, powerful curse in all of Celestial is mercy. As in, oh mercy.
Like Sandra said, they don't swear.
I'd say, and that just doesn't count.
So,
Sound like they're gonna help us?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'll switch back to Celestial. So, can you folks be of assistance to us?
One of the older members of the congregation.
I pull a leaf that I had taken when I was looking at the vegetation at Gemma's Fortress. You see this?
The older member of the congregation, he's got a staff. It seems like a walking stick, and he steps towards you and takes the leaf and he pores over it and says, "Yes, I'm familiar with this sort of thing."
So we are actually have a pretty major timeline on another track. I'm not sure if you know of the Dragon Emperor and his plans to conquer Septemport.
He shakes his head and he's just like, I don't know about such things. It doesn't sound like our business.
Right, that we didn't think so, but this seems like something that you could be of assistance with, and whatever you can do to help, we appreciate it.
He holds up the leaf and just says, "This does not belong here. And so we will get rid of it. Is what we do. Is what we have trained to do. Is what we are always ready to do. And if you had not come to us, someone else would have."
So now that we've told you, do we need to give you any additional? I mean, is this something that you handle on your own, or is it something that we need to work with you on?
We should not need your help.
I'll translate that, all of that to Clementine.
We have spent our entire lives, the entire history of our organization has been spent on rooting out heresy and fighting evil. We will scour it from the face of Septemport, wherever it tries to hide.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of evil either, so now I'm just like, what the fuck is heresy? Oh my god. So that was, muttered. So we are going to go deal with another evil, and if this is all the information that you need, we will bid you farewell.
Good luck.
Same to you.
If you fight evil, we are allies.
I do my best.
Before you go, would you share water with us?
Certainly. They want to share water. That might not work too well in your current.
I swap back into halfling form and clap my hands together, create water.
It immediately fucking soaks into the salt. And he just laughs and he's just like, and he just points to her and just like, he points to someone else and just like, oh, you understand him, Solandra. He's pointing to someone. And apparently that disciple used to be a druid, and he's like, she tried to do the same thing you did. She tried to do the thing.
Clem laughs at them laughing at her. She doesn't mind being the butt of the joke.
It's obvious. It's not mean spirited. It's just like, oh man.
She's like, oh, what a naive baby.
Every druid tries it. They all do. Every druid
they all
that's
do
ever
the
come
thing.
to us is like, I will bring water to the salt, and I'm just like, never works.
If you got annoyed enough, you could create a big storm, though.
And I feel like the same exact thing would happen.
I'm sorry. This is just too much salt. Talking about
Nothing but salt.
We're talking about an entire ocean's worth of salt. You could travel for 180 days, do that way, and you'd find
there's nothing but salt.
At the center of the of the compound is what appears to be a well, and Christ, does it look bad? The rope looks like shit. The bucket looks like it's gonna fall apart. The rope has several knots from where it's been mended.
Mm-hmm.
And they lower it. And they lower it for a very, very, very long time. And then they bring it back up.
I'm a little surprised, but can I try doing a mending on the rope?
You would have to mend every individual wound on the rope.
Oh.
And this rope is fucked up.
Well, I will do my best to make it a little bit more secure and fix the bucket when it comes off.
Sounds good. They bring the bucket up, and it's got, like... Jeez, I can't even, like, describe how little water is in the bucket. It's not like fucking nothing, so like, oh, just a little bit of water. It's like maybe think about your average mug, and then pour that mug into a bucket, and like that's as much water as in this bucket. And
Can I put my hand over the bucket and create water?
You go to try, and he wards you away from it, like, no, don't do that, don't do that.
Nope. I put my hands up. Nope, not gonna do it.
He's just like, you need.
Can I use Mage Hand to get like a couple of thimbles worth of water into a little ball and pop it into my mouth?
You can. And he just says, that's a good trick. As he dips his cupped hands into the bucket and takes a drink of water. Clem, do you also drink the water?
Mm-hmm.
So, Clementine, it says on your sheet that you're immune to poisons.
I am.
Would you like to waive this immunity?
Can I tell going in if it's a poison that's gonna fuck me up forever?
Oh yeah, this isn't like a deadly this is a drug. It's a drug.
Oh, okay. In that case, hell yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Clementine waives that immunity a lot.
I sure do.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know the difference between, oh, that's snake poison. No, honey. You go out the way you came in, and, oh, this is the good shit.
Yeah.
Salandra, make a constitution check.
So, just roll and add my constitution bonus to it?
Yes.
Oh. Wow. Alright, that's 20.
Sweet, you start tripping. You start tripping, but not super hard, just a little bit.
I mean, this is like one where I wouldn't have minded rolling that low. It's interesting.
Yeah, you don't go on a trip. What's that line? Pack your bags, kid. You're going on a trip. No. You sort of like suddenly experience a sense of very heightened awareness. For whatever reason, you can't help but focusing on things on the periphery of your perception more than things that are near. And Clem, it's a beautiful thing about being a druid with like a bit of autonomic control. You can let this shit hit you as hard or as soft as you want.
Sounds like Whisper. I'm gonna let it hit hard.
You start purging your soul. The salt starts working its way through your blood, and it just starts eliminating impurities, just destroying them. Parts of you are getting restored on a cellular level. And
this is awesome.
And it's sort of awesome. Your gut flora is getting pretty purged, pretty bad. You're gonna wanna eat some yogurt. But any existing diseases or semi-diseases you have, they're gone.
No more sniffles.
No more. If you ever had the sniffles once, I don't know. Is Clementine allergic to anything?
I don't think so.
If she was, fucking not anymore.
Ooh, I just had an interesting thought. If this happened to Salandra, her lungs would become pink and pristine again. That would make smoking cigarettes so much worse.
What do you mean if?
True.
What the fuck do you mean if? Like, this is all happening to you too. You're just not tripping as hard from it.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna actually be coughing the next time I smoke.
It's gonna be awful. But yeah, no, now you understand how the salt works.
This makes so much more sense.
Also, everybody make a raw intelligence check.
You got
Sure.
it.
Oh, I escaped. That is a 22.
I got a 13.
Okay, Solandra, what'd you get?
22.
What?
2.
Oh, okay. Solandra, even though you're tripping balls, you start putting 2 and 2 together pretty quickly. You're having an auntie-esque experience. And you realize the only people that could have come out here to join the Salt Knights are all mutants. Why aren't there any mutants here? And you're like, oh shit, the salt cures mutation.
No.
And then you sort of like jump to a few conclusions and you're like, oh man, everyone that has a mutation that's too terrible to bear comes here and consumes the salt. And then they become one with the salt commune. And then they pledge themselves to eliminating heresy. And then they spend all of their days in martial training waiting for the people of the Hell Jungle to be like, we have a problem. And that's how they restore their ranks. Because there's obviously those of the salt commune abstain from all sexual interaction. And therefore,
I understand why.
beyond the obvious reasons, like the sacramental reasons are held in higher regard. But like, seriously, if you tried fucking someone out here, you'd probably chafe yourself to death.
Not to mention the way it sort of rears the rough edges off. I kind of wonder if we're dealing with a bunch of Barbies and Kens.
I was gonna say a bunch of Ken dolls.
Not quite. But like, well, the thing is, like, the salt also, like, for the sake of explaining things, somebody trips and falls and gets a really nasty gash. Because, like, if you trip anywhere or fall on anything, you're gonna get a nasty gash, because everything is sharp.
But it won't get infected.
Number one,
True.
they don't get infected. Number two, he's, like, bleeding, like, he's got a huge gash across his chest, and he's like, mercy. And picks up the salt and just, like, scrapes it against the wound, and a lifetime ago, it would have inflicted upon him immeasurable pain. But as it stands, all that happens is the wounds close.
Whew, well, thanks for sharing this with us. Fuck.
You had to understand. I had to help you know. Now you understand what we do. Here.
Well, good luck. Oh, why is it so easy to breathe all of a sudden? This way.
Heads up, moose ears. You can't restore spell slots out here.
Oh shit, okay.
Oh.
Martial classes only.
Yes.
The old Holt would have loved this place.
Mm.
Well,
What do you
except for the lack of,
I don't know.
lack of sex
I
part.
don't think so. Like, Old Holt was salty enough, and New Holt is still salty.
Salt levels high. Salt golem.
Yeah.
We should probably get back to Nikolai.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, you used his first name. What did he do wrong?
You know what you did.
I went shopping! You're welcome for making sure we don't starve in the Underdark.
Holt, when Gemma tells you that, the quote comes to your mind. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was fooling everyone into believing he didn't exist. And if the vampires can pull that trick off, they really have nothing to lose.
That makes a lot of sense. By using an enemy that's already known, they remove any suspicion from themselves.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
We're
Good
the,
talk, Emma. Good talk.
We're the Skaven, and we're working with the Chaos Warriors. Everyone thinks the Chaos Warriors are doing it. Nope. Rat Testa.
So can we teleport straight back to the night that happened?
Yep.
All right, just teleport back and then start shaking the fucking salt out of my clothes.
I'm just going to get right into the bath.
You would love to do these things, but for a moment you guys sort of like keel over and double over because this place, it's unclean. It smells disgusting.
It smells
here.
like sex and pastries.
This is the worst. It wears off after a few minutes, but you guys do have just sort of like a fucking attack in the middle of the bar.
Just looking at Salandra like, Salandra? Why are we prudes? What's wrong with us, Salandra?
It's that. Oh man, I need to smoke. Quick. Ah! Oh, it tastes awful. Oh. I recovered the cigarette and started trying to breathe it, and I go.
You all right there? Is there something wrong?
Oh, 3 fucking decades of building up my. Oh. Hey, you don't suppose it restored our hymens, did it? That would be pretty bad.
Like that episode of Supernatural when Dean realizes that he's been like totally restored.
I didn't see that one. That must have been like I stopped watching after like season 7 or something.
No, it was an older episode. It was when he was first resurrected.
Oh, the first time he was resurrected when it actually mattered. Yeah.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
It's once you realize they got resurrected like 50 billion times, it's like
That's fair. I basically stopped after that season.
Season 5.
What is this, a fucking comic book?
basically, yeah.
I didn't want to say DC or Marvel because they both do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Pretty much, if you're an X-Men, you've died at least once.
Oh man, how about that Dark Phoenix who's ready for disappointment?
I am.
Hey, listen, I'm always ready for the X-Men to disappoint me.
Fucking got him.
I love Sophie Turner.
Truth be told, I have liked since the Days of Future Past.
I really like Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
I was ambivalent on Armageddon, but Days of Future Past I liked a lot.
Yeah, Days of Future Past was very good. But I like Sophie Turner a lot too, so I'm curious. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be as bad as the last time they tried doing the Dark Phoenix story.
That's so fun fact about that, because Patrick Stewart has an accent, and I first watched it when I was fairly young. I kept thinking that her name was The Feelings. And I was like, that's the dumbest name for a superhero ever. And it took me a good probably 2/3 of the movie to realize that was not in fact her name.
That makes so much more sense.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually one of the first. When I first started reading comic books, that was like one of the first things I read was a Dark Knight Saga.
Nice. I've never read any of the X-Men comics. Except for just a little bit when I read Cable and Deadpool.
They're a bit.
Oh.
They were really really good. They're a little bit dated now by today's standards, but in terms of like their best work was in the 80s.
Man,
That's fair.
I remember in the original print run, Professor Xavier was like, "Oh man, I want to bang Jean Grey, but I can't because I'm fucking crippled."
Oh dear.
That was the very beginning.
But like we're talking
and, yeah.
original print. Like Beast isn't blue yet.
Yep.
And just like Professor Xavier's like, "Oh man, I want to have sex with my student, but I can't. Not because it would be bad, but because I'm in a fucking wheelchair."
Bear in mind,
Oh, dear.
she was 16 years old at that time. Too, so.
Yep.
So yeah, there was a little creepiness going on.
Oh
But,
man. Okay. So. Sorry, time for some more pederast shenanigans.
He does end up with a hot alien from another universe.
So it's fine. So in Final Fantasy VII, Eris is 17 years old, and the main character I think is 22. And they totally want to bang. And like, that's pretty bad, but it gets worse.
Oh
It
dear.
gets worse. It gets so much worse.
Crisis Core takes place 3 years ago in the canon, where Cloud, the main character of the original game's mentor, also wants to bang the 17-year-old. But 3 years ago, she was...
Oh no, I don't want to
She
do that.
was...
14.
She was... Yeah!
Ew! Can we go back to the salt flats so I can wash that off my body?
Yes. And let's
Thanks.
not get started on Final Fantasy X's Riku is 16 years old.
No.
We're not having any of that today.
Yeah, you guys would not believe how common this stuff was back when I was a kid, in terms of like just the themes of older man and younger woman in particular were just not as not as uncommon as they are today. It was very very common.
Yeah. And that's why I only read Batman. Because nope, I'm actually unwilling to continue that joke.
Right, for all the times Bruce has had sex with Barbara Gordon.
Oh, that's not where I was going with that.
Oh.
You were talking about Robin, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, no, I'm not
Had
gonna
you
go
put
there.
that down?
I'm not going there. That's not where I want to be.
Put the thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So help me.
I don't read anything. I don't consume media. I just.
Hey, just remember when you're
the
watching.
next volume of Saga, though. We're excited about that.
Yeah.
Just
What was that
remember.
about Saga?
We just got the volume 9 of Saga.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Just remember when you guys are watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the actress is 20.
The actress is 20. The actress is 20. You're welcome.
Cap kept telling me that, and I was like, thank you.
Well, I remember watching her grow up in Mad Men, so I have a pretty good idea. But yeah, they do.
I am a hero, honestly, truly.
Thank you, Holt.
You're welcome.
So you guys go back to the 9th and Hennepin and realize that being pure is not all it's cracked up to be.
Don't like this. Whew. Wonder what trouble Holt's gotten into since we've been gone.
Holt, have you come
Nothing. Why
back
do you
from
assume-
shopping, or are you just are you hanging out in the 9th and Hennepin, just zoning out?
I would probably make my way back by now. I'm not going through any effort to be sneaky or try to blend in. Does anyone try to go for the bounty?
Halt, your bounty
my
is
way
1,500 gold. That's basically I'm getting paid to kill myself. And that may have worked in Borderlands 2, but it's not working here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to think of it. This Holt effectively has a passive intimidate. You know that
Of plus 32?
Yeah, so I mean, it's just if you just assume that his bonus to intimidate is what's always there all the time, even if he's not trying, like if he's napping, then
Who disturbs my slumber?
Said Holt's eyebrows while he was still asleep.
He's honestly a little disappointed. Like, he went out looking for trouble and nothing happened. You just did some shopping.
Sorry, Holt. Fucking hashtag tumbleweed. They're gonna need that bounty's gonna need to go higher before anyone's willing to claim it. Cause think about it. If anybody wanted to claim it, they'd have to like send 6 guys to kill you, and they get like 200 gold pieces a piece. Like fuck that.
Not worth.
And like half of them are gonna fucking die.
I was about to say it's way more than half of them are going to die. So probably only one person's going to get the bounty if that.
Wait, 6 guys? Like, without my shield, my armor class is 36.
Yeah, they're gonna have to bring.
And I have regen 1.
They're gonna have to bring some fucking heavy firepower and set up a crazy fucking ambush, which is just not gonna happen.
Yeah, basically, the only chance they have is if they bring in some wizards who can hit his touch.
Yeah. Yeah, that would suck. But that would be awfully interesting. But either way, one thing I do want to note: when I went to Theryl's to do my shopping, I picked up that bell that he made.
Ah, yes. I don't remember what the bell does, so send me a private message.
It
summons the guy, Mac.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I love his weapon. I love his gun. He's got a bunch of different weapons, but I love his gun because it's not for shooting. It's for killing people.
Is Grub at Knife and Hennepin, or is he back in District
No, we left him in D3.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
I
We teleport around a lot.
Of all the places to leave him, that's okay.
Alexander can take care of it.
You can chill with him, help him make the windmills better.
Okay, yeah, I'll return to the Ninth and Hennepin. See, these 2 are back.
They seem a little worse
He's
for
no
wear.
longer choking on a cigarette.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's embarrassing.
Fucking
You alright?
Well,
all my layers of armor have been stripped away. Sucks.
yeah, but now you have sexy voice.
Yeah. It's passable, I guess.
You didn't think my voice was sexy before? Slanderous because you're white.
Damn.
So, how did it go?
It went actually really well.
Oh, good.
We, as far as I understand it, told them what was going on, and they are chomping at the bit to go and, get rid of that miasma.
Yeah, we got the impression,
Who again?
actually, that the Knights of the Holy Salt. Apparently, they would have come eventually anyway. So
Oh. Hmm. All right, then I have a got a little note.
But yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Like, I mean, like, so, like, you see in that photo how there are those hills on the horizon?
Hmm.
Those don't exist.
So it's just horizon.
Right. It's weird. It creates this bizarre optical illusion where white meets blue.
That's weird.
It's super weird.
You know, Clementine, that might have been the weirdest fucking place we've ever been, including the Bugs in Space place.
You know, I think you're right. It was very bizarre. Holt, you would have hated it. They also would have hated you. They do not have a nuanced understanding of the differences between good and evil.
Yeah, and they fucking talk about heresy a lot too, which is, not
Oh well,
exactly
that's
something.
all I am. Heresy personified. Huh?
You see, nuance is bumpy. We don't like it.
We gotta grind it down.
Ground it
They,
down.
they probably would have think of Bowman as being like a, some sort of hippie.
But exactly, they're like, Bowman's lenient.
Well, then I don't think that we would have been very good friends.
Yeah. All right.
Like
So
the Knights of the Sacred Salt would say to Bowman, "Oh, we respect your order, but you're a little too weak stomached for this sort of work, don't you think?"
well, I really need to go do something completely fucking perverse.
At this point, masturbating would be perverse. Would you like to start
I
with
would
little
recommend-
heresies or jump dick first into the big ones?
I'm just going to take a bath and take my clothes off when I take a bath.
Oh my god, you what?
Yeah, that's gonna be a big heresy.
Big heresy.
Hey, Nikolai. I like to see his reaction when I say that.
He looks at you like you have two heads. He crosses his arms and
Sometimes
Yeah.
things change. Anything you need me for? I was thinking that I really need to go get laid.
not at all, Miss Vitalis. Go.
That sounds like
Take
an
care of
an arch demon name.
He's amused but confused, looking towards between the both of you.
It's a long story.
Clem just shrugs.
I'm not sure if it's worth explaining.
Right.
We've been fucking purified.
It was weird.
Body and
It's
soul.
creepy.
Yeah.
Lungs.
Mostly body.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, good thing you're staying in the 9th and Hennepin, huh?
You're telling me.
I would recommend curing yourself of this post haste.
Like, these people have basically, like, protection from chaos and protection from evil on them all the time. It never goes away.
I have an idea.
Oh? What's your idea, Dave?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh dear. All of this typing.
Cap, I put Ziggy's tail on his head and he looks really funny.
That's adorable. Question for you, Mr. DM, sir.
Shoot.
Are any of the Black Hand folks lingering around the Ninth and Hennepin?
They
Is
are.
there... Go up to one and pass them a note. That's to be brought directly to our lady.
Understood. Eventually, you get a note surreptitiously, and the knight sent in return.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Yep. That's a problem that we will face later. But due diligence for my allies. Huh. Excellent. So is whatever purification you two were subjected to going to be a problem for when we head below?
If anything, it'll be helpful.
Yeah, I think it should be alright. The initial shock is wearing off already.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
it's
I should get some yogurt before we go below.
mainly they were a little healthier than we were before, if anything.
Hmm.
It's not in a fun way.
I'm just saying, the next time a vampire tries to put the moves on you, you get a +4 bonus to resist seduction.
Nice.
Well, Solandra will get an additional bonus, but still.
I'm
Depends on the vampire.
putting that in my sheet. +4 bonus against vampire moves.
Like, basically, if there's anything that you can attribute to personal, bodily, and spiritual purity, you can be like, hey, can I use this? Can I spend some of my salty bucks on this? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Eventually,
Love
your
it.
salt account will become empty, but that's a problem for future you.
That's right. I love
This
it.
is almost like our scarabs of protection, actually.
Basically.
Well, you went to the trouble to go to the salt wastes, so yes.
So
Hold
Hold
what? Yeah.
probably would have just done the Wicked Witch the West thing. I'm out. I'm out.
I mean, if what you're saying is true, yeah, I probably would have exploded or something. I remember when you cast that simple spell on me. It was not fun.
Well,
That protection against evil, or
Circle protection against evil.
yeah, I think that ingesting the salts of purity probably would be worse than that. It'd be like eating acid. I don't know.
I like vinegar.
Now I want a salad. Thanks, Salandra.
I think that you
What-
should
what-
order the opposite of a salad.
What's the
Yeah,
opposite
whatever
of
these-
salad?
I don't know, rubbery lumps.
Mm.
A good flogging.
Both?
I'm just saying, if you eat some rubbery lumps, you'll get some great gut flora and have a terrible night.
And to be fair, the what you call it, yogurt will not keep on our trip down into the Underdark.
You're not going to be able to find any yogurt in the fucking world. Oh, it's the World Bazaar. You can definitely find yogurt. Never mind.
It's the World Bazaar.
You can find anything here.
That
So you'd be better off just eating a large pile of cheese.
sounds even better. Oh darn! I got super excited. I forgot that it was Cap's game that, and not this one, that had the cheese convention coming up in the
Fucking
in-game
cheese
calendar.
Village.
You guys are, if you stay there long enough, you can experience the cheese convention.
No, please.
Any of you guys Buffy fans?
Uh-huh.
Just thinking about the cheese guy.
Yeah. Sabrina reminds me a lot of Buffy in a lot of ways.
Oh, really?
Just like the show reminds me of Buffy. In that it's like a bit heavy-handed with their like
Metaphors?
yeah, but in a way that I'm like, I can dig it.
Well, when Buffy first came on, it was so original and unlike anything that had been on television that it was like, yeah. Now, I still love it because the dialogue's still great, it's still fun stories, but it's it's kind of dated in some ways. So, I mean, Buffy has become part of the DNA of half the shows on television.
Very true.
That's true.
Well, Clem is going to go get a healthy snack and a bath.
Sounds good. You eat the snack. It tastes crude in your mouth. In a few hours, you will regret this. When you take a bath, it makes you feel dirty.
Man, this salt is weird.
Water is so filthy.
It's so filthy. There will never be a water clean enough for you. The salt does not like the fact that the water is ionized.
Unhappy salt.
Unhappy. This water should have a neutral electromagnetic charge. Which is funny because water can't have a neutral electromagnetic charge.
I go hunt down Corgan in Wind City.
You run into Corgan, and he's just like, I thought you had left.
Oh, I get around really fast. So I just came off the salt flats, and I'm thinking all these pure thoughts. I was wondering if you'd be interested in helping me with that.
Make a seduction roll.
Oh, fuck. What is that based on?
It's based on charisma.
Oh.
So you're probably still pretty good at it, but if you don't have any ranks in, you can use bluff.
I have persuasion.
No.
No.
You make Corgan a PowerPoint presentation entitled "Why You Should Sleep with Me."
Why we should bang? Yes.
I also have very high intimidate.
I mean, I feel like Corgan would be into that, but
Let's see. I got no bluff to speak of, do I?
Halt, do you remember the name of the liquid that Asmodeus lent you a sip of?
Yeah.
wasn't it literally just liquid pain?
Alright, so that's a 19.
I believe it was liquid pain. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going back on that. It's not called liquid pain. It's bottled oblivion.
Okay.
Sorry, liquid pain is something different.
All right.
Just fucking Control F. In any event, 19 is good enough seduction, especially on Corgan. You have been working your hooks into him for a while. He's finally home, and this is a godsend, one might say.
Well, he's also a little Marduk-like, you know? I mean, even though he's a Kira worshiper, he's got the whole armor and thing down, so...
He's got the whole armor thing, but he also has 17 ranks and performs sexual acts, so what I'm saying is you have a wonderful evening.
Get over the purity thing.
I'm about to say, on the one hand, you're like, oh god, no, fluids, and then on the other hand, it feels way too good for you to give a fuck about your hang-ups.
Yeah, mine's only +9.
There are a few, like, are you okay? Are you feeling alright? And you're like, don't stop. And he's like, okay, if you say don't stop. Bioware Fade to Black, you have an exceptional evening.
Cool.
But moving on, Halt is having a small moral conundrum.
Oh no!
Bother.
Yeah, he is.
Bother.
Sitting in the corner table staring into a drink that's not doing anything for him and having this moral conundrum.
It's not doing anything for him, but the drink has started to bubble.
Can,
Which boils off the alcohol first.
It's true.
Is Clem finished with her bath, or is she, not there right now?
No, Halt is gonna have to deal with this one alone.
Fair.
Ooh, how do you like that, Halt? How do you like that?
He doesn't disagree. At all. There's no reason to be defensive about that. It's true.
That's good, Halt. That means you learn. And never forget, it is the prerogative of the weak to become weaker. That was for you, Pitch.
God damn you. I am only flesh and blood.
He doesn't present that with any moral judgment. He says that just as a stated fact.
And if Holt had not tasted that bottled oblivion, he would have argued. But he doesn't. It's that, the removal of that guilt and those feelings, combined with the wisdom that he gained from the artist. There's nothing bad about being human. It just is.
There is nothing intrinsically good or bad about being human. There are advantages, and there are disadvantages.
And hearing those words, not bearing any sort of disappointment from Gemma, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, he's not disappointed. He's not like, "Ugh, you fucking piece of shit." Nor is
You're human.
Nor does he say it with like a sense of pride, like, "Oh, that's good." It just is a fact. It means that you're still human.
Holt doesn't press the matter. He's going to let that point rest.
And if there's anyone who knows... If there's anyone who knows not to underestimate the might of humanity, it's Gemma. He did once. He'll never make that mistake ever again.
Good.
Oh, you should have seen him then. The Army of the Seven Winds? It's nothing to worry about. It's just some rabble-rousing mob. As I said, he'll never, ever make that mistake again. All right.
I do need to give that bell to Kali,
You deliver the bell.
along with the funds to summon him twice.
Ooh. Oh, by the way, heads up, I started drinking.
Get
Ah.
crunk!
You're the wisest man among us.
Hey, I'm drinking. Oh, cool.
Cap, you're not drinking?
No, I'm not. I don't want to drink any downers. I have to stay up all night.
Oh. Why do you have to step all night?
I have to finish these storyboards or die.
Ooh. So there's a lot of caffeine in your...
In my future, yes.
There's unfortunately a bit too much blood in this caffeine now.
Blood in the caffeine system, that's deadly.
That's deadly. That's
I'll
deadly right there.
just do what I did last night, which is, work for 3 hours and take a 45-minute nap, and then do it again, and keep doing it.
It just keeps happening.
Well, I mean, after I deliver tomorrow, I will be able to relax for a little bit, which is great, because it's been awful working on these while being sick. While being not at my home station. But that's neither here nor there.
Dave, would you like an explanation of the cards you have drawn?
Sure.
Well, death is pretty simple.
Yep.
It means endings, change, transformation, and transition. It is not death itself, it is death's messenger. The skeleton dressed in black armor riding the white horse. And the card you have drawn for your other matter is the King of Wands. It represents the natural-born leader, grand vision, and long-term success. The King of Wands sits on his throne, holding a blossoming wand in his hand, a symbol of life and creativity. His throne and cape are decorated with lions and salamanders, both symbols of fire and strength. So the salamanders biting their own tails represent the infinitude and the ongoing drive to move forward against all obstacles.
Guess that answers that question.
Strange. I do love how death doesn't literally mean death.
Yep.
But sometimes you have to look up to the Saturnine moon with tears in your eyes and ask, "It's over, isn't it?" Great song.
I don't have a singing voice right now, but
No.
Cap, I never do, and I never let that stop me. Don't be a coward.
no, I mean I literally can't breathe to sustain any sort of sound.
Oh, fair.
Did Auntie grow her own pot?
No. Her cigarettes are not just the type of tobacco. They're a unique blend that only... Well, someone else might know how to make them, but you only knew that she knew how to make them.
Though if you ask Clem, we've still got one Auntie cigarette. The one that you gave Clem a while back. For a rainy day.
Strange thing about anti-cigarettes, they burn when it's raining.
When I get back to nothing happened, I do look up Clementine.
She is probably downstairs, picking at a pastry.
Oh, wow, I'm feeling much less pure. Hopefully you are too.
Yeah, a little bit. Took a bath, but didn't really have it in me to do much else.
Wow.
Maybe later.
I finally got around to,
Like way too sweet.
I finally got around to fucking Corgan.
Ooh. How'd that go?
Did you know that paladins of Kira like trained from probably way too young to in the sexual arts?
Huh. I do now.
Yeah, essentially, in order to get their knighthood, they have to, pass certain practical exams.
Huh. And was your proctoring of that exam successful?
Holy fuck! Oh, I was wondering something. Remember that cigarette I gave you a while back?
Oh yeah. And she reaches into one of her pouches and pockets and produces it. It's a little crumpled, but in one piece.
Well, you're good with herbs, right? You have inside connections. Maybe you could figure out how to make these.
Maybe it'd be a bit like if you took a chef and had her taste another chef's recipe, She might be able to approximate it, but it'll never be the same.
Well,
But I could certainly try.
just thought it might be something that might be worth our time at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hang on to it, see if we can reverse engineer something.
Well, tell me if you need any help. I have some alchemical skill, and if there's anything that involves magical theory, I'm your bitch.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to actually maybe work on it a bit tonight while we're still in a place where we could get any ingredients we needed.
It's true.
Alright, so we put our heads together and try and reverse engineer Auntie's cigarettes.
Sounds good. Give me a knowledge, nature, and an craft alchemy roll.
Okay.
From both of us. Both of us.
Yeah.
What about, I've also got profession herbalist.
Roll that too.
Okay.
All right. So.
Okay. Nature.
Craft alchemy is 20. So, all right. Craft alchemy is a 20. Hey, is spellcraft any use in this?
No.
Oh,
Damn, that herbalism.
Right?
what if we smoked it and thought about how to reproduce it?
Oh, snap.
Some high risk, high reward right there.
No wonder you like these cigarettes.
That makes sense. I thought it tasted a bit familiar.
Amanita redcap bits? What the fuck are those?
Well, you genuinely don't want to eat those mushrooms. They, you know how in District 3 you get those big mushrooms with tomato sauce?
Yeah?
They look kind of like those.
Oh. Wow.
What I'm curious about is Dead Man's Dirt.
It's just dirt from a grave.
Alright. Easy enough.
A pinch. Just a pinch.
Sounds like my granny makes really good baked beans. And my mom asked her, what's your secret ingredient? My granny used to be a big smoker, so her secret ingredient was a little bit of ash from Pall Mall cigarette.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's so bad.
you're not supposed to eat?
But yeah, the major ingredient is the wasteland tobacco.
Is that
It's
like
grown in District 2.
okay?
No, 6.
Oh.
Oh, huh.
Hmm.
All right, we do you want to try? How late is it by the time we've come to this conclusion?
Probably 9 in the evening.
Should we try to reproduce it, or do you think it's just something for another day?
The
No harm in trying.
The greatest expense is definitely gonna be the bottled oblivion. That shit is fucking expensive.
What is bottled oblivion exactly?
It's a drug that is, I mean, you can make it on the material plane, but it's mostly made by devils.
Is this the stuff that Bolt drinks?
Mm-hmm.
Not drinks.
Yeah, he's had it
Drank
once before.
once.
Do not smoke the devil grass.
Don't do it. Not even once.
Not even once. Don't become a weed eater.
Don't become a fucking weed eater, fam.
So are we ready to start going below?
I think we are. I mean, as ready as we can be for that part of our journey.
But yeah, the bottle of oblivion is clearly the most expensive component. Even just a single drop of it.
How much are we talking?
Oh, jeez. It's probably like 1,200 gold pieces for a 1 ounce bottle. Let me look up how much 1 ounce is.
It's a shot.
An ounce is a lot of drops.
Still, that's
Believe me,
good.
I know.
I think that makes sense to me, that measurement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I'm looking at 1 ounce right here and just like, yep. And you basically need 4 ounces if you want it to fucking do anything. And oh my, the things bottled oblivion can do.
It's good.
Well, this concentration shouldn't be very powerful.
Yeah.
Bottled oblivion. Have you grown too strong, too wise, too cunning, too toothsome for your own good? Disgrace yourself. Bottled oblivion.
Yeah, that'll do the trick.
The description of which reads, "What were you doing again? Must not have been important."
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, the cigarettes are useful, but some of this stuff makes me a little concerned.
Well, the drop of bottled oblivion, based on Clementine's herbalism, is clearly there to eliminate distraction.
Which makes sense, otherwise it would be basically just like Take Your Whisper.
Exactly. The pinch of Elijah's whisper is to expand your consciousness, while the wormwood is to focus your consciousness. The dead man's dirt opens you up to possibilities impossible. The Amanita redcap weaken your immune system to make it so your own body doesn't prevent the effects from occurring. The cat's claws and cat's whiskers naturally make you predisposed to intuition, and the wasteland tobacco is the glue that holds it all together. It is the thing that allows your body to metabolize all of these things at once, instead of what would normally happen is just like one at a time. Or fucking kill you. Do not drink a bottled oblivion while high on whisper. Don't you do it.
Wait.
There's not even stories about how bad that idea is. That's how bad it is.
Isn't that what happened?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And do you remember what happened to you, Hull?
Yeah.
Would you describe any of it as good? Well, yeah, some of it.
I mean, yeah. But not good in the terms of D&D alignments.
Right.
I mean, I lost an eye.
And
Well,
some fingers.
You weren't being very nice.
No joke.
All you had to do was not piss off Krampus.
I've got some bad news, Holt. I don't know if Clementine is physically capable of not pissing off Krampus.
Yeah.
Like her entire personality and air is designed to.
Clementine,
That's just how I'm built.
you put 18 levels into pissing off Krampus.
And look at this fancy eye I got out of it.
Yeah, Holt would love to be here for this conversation that you guys are having about magical cigarettes, but he's otherwise indisposed. Let's.
What was that?
Oh, just saying that I'm not part of this conversation at all, as much as I would like to be. I have other things to be doing.
You're saying you have something on your mind?
The love of my life?
Fair enough. Also, Pyre style, I'll never forget about the time where Orlek enters your wagon and you realize he has something on his mind.
What a good game. Do I have it installed? No. No, I don't have any games installed right now. I have work to do.
Mm-hmm.
Good man.
Good boy.
Anyway, you deliver the bell to Kali.
I do.
And you inform her that it will summon Mac. And she's just like, that brute? Why?
I mean, he's brutish in the sense that he's large and some sort of ogre, but he's as honorable as they come, and he didn't have to come here and tell me that I have a price on my...
Okay. That's fair enough. Alright.
He said that to keep us both informed. Because all three of us are going to be going below the city soon. And I don't know when we're going to be back up. Could be a while.
I see. You've gone down there before. Have you seen Marduk City?
Yeah.
What was it like?
He gets this smile on his face as he describes the city of decadent cat folk. Their merriment, amusements, and crazy culture. All about living in the moment. It's an incredible mirror to the world bazaar.
You get
Maybe
to
when all this is over.
you get to see the
Go ahead.
strangest places, and I feel like I'm stuck here.
It's not all beautiful.
Hmm.
And you won't be stuck here forever. I don't think of it being stuck.
No. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No.
The Ninth and Hennepin has been my home for years. And the World Bazaar has been everything I've ever known. It's just, you hear the legend about Marduk City. You hear about the people who have gone below, searching for artifacts, striking rich, and coming up. And maybe you get to meet them for one night. But you never really believe the stories they tell. You laugh, you smile, you pour them another drink, and you take another coin. And to think that maybe they saw a piece of any of this is something else.
Well, I'll bring you back a piece of it, if I can.
That'd be nice, Holt. To hold a piece of history in my hands.
He is just gazing at her with deep adoration. He's taking every can to just drink in how beautiful she is. Just you stayed in the district today, not just because he didn't care about what Salandra and Clementine wanted to do in the Hell Jungle. It's because he doesn't know if this will be the last time he gets to see home.
It might be. But, Holt, that's been your life for a while now.
You can stop there. It's just been my life.
That's the thing about being a bounty hunter. You go outside your door and you don't know if you'll ever come back.
I wouldn't trade it for anything, though.
No, of course
I
not.
wouldn't be who I am.
Those pencil pushers, are they really alive?
I would never be satisfied doing something.
Holt, for a split second, you imagine yourself on guard duty. And then you consider eating your broadsword.
Just taking a bite out of that unholy steel.
Just fucking eat it. The whole thing. One bite. Shove it down your throat. Life is canceled.
Life is cancelled.
Holt has installed a Spear of Annihilation in his belly.
Jesus.
But still, it feels strange. The sense of your demise has never been more powerful than it is right now. And you're not sure whether it's the risks you're about to face or the nest that you have built. Is it the thought of everything that you will lose or the odds that you will lose it? And unfortunately, you have 9 intelligence, so you don't know.
Well, keeping that on my mind, having to walk that edge is what gives me conviction.
It's
It's
true.
what's going to make sure that I come back.
You wouldn't be alive if you didn't give a damn. And maybe your greatest weakness is what keeps you alive, Nikolai Holt. You care too much.
That's their going theme. Greatest weakness has been and always will be my heart.
I'm still proud of that.
It's so good, dude. You should be proud. I'm proud of the both of us.
Your new name will be Kolshay.
All right, what's on the docket, folks? Is it time to go? Is it time to go deep into the neath?
I believe so.
Are you guys gonna head towards the Catfolk City, or are you gonna go? Or are you gonna fly or dig blind, so to speak?
I think that we should
plan
we
to
should
go to
drop off.
Catfolk City.
Yeah, I think we need to bring the cavity back.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. You do need to deliver McCavity's corpse. It's just the right thing to do. You follow the path that McCavity showed you. How long did it take? It was only a few hours.
Yeah, it really didn't
Yeah.
take long at all.
It's just sort of a maze. I imagine that most small fry creatures like CR10 and below creatures run screaming from us.
Oh yeah, no. Like you guys run into an Atiug, and does anybody have knowledge engineering?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you guys successfully, like, it's spraying that onion scent, which means it's mating season, and you're like, no, we're not. No, you can't bang us, go away.
Fun fact, Otyugs reproduce sexually. Who'd have suspected, right?
And you keep
I
going
didn't want to have
down,
to think about that.
and as I said,
I look over at Clementine. Well, that'd be a way for you to get really impure.
Oh, Hard
Clementine,
pass.
you cannot transform into an Atiug. Atiugs are aberrations.
well, fair enough.
Although there's no doubt in my mind that there is a druid alternate class feature that allows you to turn into aberrations. No doubt in my mind.
Oh, almost certainly.
I like the druids that specialize in turning into dinosaurs. They're fun.
Fuck yeah! I'm more fond of cancer mages.
Jesus.
Yay, tumor familiars.
Who wants a tumor familiar?
Larry and Barry.
There was a particularly gross episode of the X-Files that had something similar to that.
Do you mean the guy made out of cancer or
Yeah,
the circus?
What circus one?
There's a circus guy who there's a circus guy who has a conjoined twin that can separate from his body.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. No, I was thinking about the guy made out of cancer.
Yep, which is also fucking bad. That being said, that episode really pissed me off because he kills someone for like no fucking reason.
I don't remember the details aside from the fact that he was made of cancer and he could make a duplicate of himself by just growing another body.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm looking at the pics that I posted and I'm just like, what the fuck is all this? Because I'm trying to find the picture of the Catfolk City. We're getting there. Oh man, right, yes, and I posted the pictures of Grisabella and I'm like, no, Grisabella can't be hot. You can't have a hot Grisabella. It doesn't work.
That's missing the point.
You missed the
remember that
point so
discussion.
fucking hard. Oh hey Orcus, what's going on? No, so the youth roll. Hey, found it. We got there. So the thing about the cancer man, he's an ambulance doctor, and hey, he's an ambulance doctor, and his driver he gets decapitated by something. But because his entire body is just made out of cancer cells, his mom dunks him in an iodine bath, and he's able to regenerate himself. And he goes back to what he's doing because he's a very good surgeon, but his old driver hears him over the radio. So he starts working at another hospital, and apparently he's just able to like work there even though he's been declared legally dead. Don't worry about it. Shut up.
Doesn't he eat tumors? Is that he needs
Yes.
to actually eat other people's cancer or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been stealing from the disused tissue department in order to acquire tumors to
That was the
replenish
gross part.
his tumorous tissue. But so his old driver hears him over the radio using a phrase he liked to use, "up to his ass in alligators," and she finds him and tracks him down, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be dead." And he's like, "Oh my god, I was hoping it would never come to this. Maybe we can talk about this some other time. Maybe I can explain it to you." And she's like, Yeah, maybe we can do that. I'm glad you're alive. And then he fucking kills her to keep her quiet. And then Mulder and Scully track him down and finish him off. And I'm like, fuck, why the fuck did you kill her? Why?
That sounds super unsatisfying.
It super is, but it's Monster of the Week, so he has to fucking kill her, because they have to put him down. Because if he continues to exist, then they have proof of the paranormal. It's so dumb. It's so dumb and so bad.
That sounds maddeningly frustrating.
It's fucking awful.
That was a very late season episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like Mulder was
6
still
or 7?
there. I think it's maybe 5.
That sounds right.
There were some really good episodes. Season 5. That was when they had the one with Peter Boyle playing the psychic.
Oh yeah.
That's like one of my all-time favorite episodes. X-Files.
But do they have the Great Mutado?
Actually, if I had to pick 2 episodes of X-Files, it'd be that one and the one with Alex Trebek.
Wait,
Yeah,
which
just
one's the
finish
Trebek one?
Alex Trebek and Jesse Ventura played Men in Black.
Oh my god.
You don't remember that one?
No.
It's Jose Chung something or other. Let me see.
Holy shit.
I love me some Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura's conspiracy theory. You see, we're banging on the hangar here, and no one's letting us in. So that means there's something in here they don't want us to know about.
Holy fuck.
Jose Chung's From Outer Space.
Jose Chung's from Outer Space.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's on the same level as the Great Mutado, or the numerology episode with fucking crap. Burt Reynolds. Right. Because
that was a season 3 episode, and I love it because you get to see someone else. You get someone else's opinion about Mulder and Scully, who's there's a narrator, and he's describing what he thinks of the two of them. He's changed their names because it's a book, and to say that his opinion of Mulder is really, really low is like go. He thinks Scully can walk on water, and Mulder is like the biggest fucking idiot in existence.
It kind of reminds me of that episode with the town full of vampires, where where Mulder tells some parts of the story and Scully tells others.
Oh. I have to admit that, like, after watching the freaking X-Files reboot for a while, I'd hate Mulder. I used to love the character, but he is so credulous and he is so stupid.
I I never saw the reboot. But in the episode
I haven't
where
watched it yet either.
in the episode where they're telling the story from each other's point of views, Scully always paints herself as so beleaguered and having to deal with all of Mulder's bullshit. Just like, oh, hey, Scully, I need you to perform 3 autopsies. And she's like, yeah, fucking fine. And they just have like a montage of her like weighing all the organs and doing all this shit that an autopsy entails, because an autopsy takes fucking forever. Because there's so much shit that you have to catalog just in case it's important. Meanwhile, whenever Mulder is describing the sheriff of the town, he's this dumb yokel with these giant redneck teeth. And whenever Scully is describing the sheriff of the town, he's always very dashingly handsome.
Hunky.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like some kid vampire tries to eat Mulder, and he hits Mulder with like this knockout gas, and Mulder chucks a bunch of sunflower seeds at him, and the kid is like, are you fucking kidding me? Because he has to count all the seeds.
That's funny.
And he's like,
Vampires have massive OCD.
Right. And he's like, God damn it. And he leans down and he starts picking up all the fucking sunflower seeds. Which is really funny because Mulder has been chewing on sunflower seeds since like fucking season 2.
Season 1, actually, because so I never watched the X-Files growing up, and when Cap and I first started dating, he was like, okay, babe, we're watching the X-Files, and we're eating sunflower seeds, because that's what you do when you watch the X-Files. And I was like, okay, sure. And then I saw Mulder chomping on them, and I was like, oh, I get it. I see that.
Like Mulder's primary background characteristics: loves healthy snacks and porn.
I mean, same.
Same. I don't remember. There's an entire episode with he has a VHS tape that might have an alien autopsy on it, and he's like, I tell you what, Scully's like, did you pick this off one of your stupid infomercials for $9.99? And he's like, well, it was $9.99. But it's way better than one of those things I normally have. It's an alien autopsy. Anyway, you're in. You come after many hours of spelunking and approaching a relatively neophyte group of tunnels. You come to the underground city.
Hey, when we walk to the city, I'm gonna keep my eyes up above and see if I can spot my friend.
Which friend?
Gargoyle.
Oh yeah, you did meet a gargoyle, didn't you?
Yeah.
You spot him. He's not doing anything though.
It's sitting on the side of the building.
Yep.
Like they usually do. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just wave at him as we walk by.
What's your perception modifier?
Plus 20 something.
Oh yeah, definitely. You do catch sight of his eyes, like going to meet your hand.
And I just make a gesture of like cigarette later.
Because gargoyles hunt by standing perfectly still and waiting for something to get close, and then they eat like a pigeon. Anyway, where are you guys headed in the Catfolk City?
Solandra is waving at statues for some ungodly reason. You don't know why.
It's not the weirdest thing you've done.
That's true.
I'm fine with it.
I wave to them also.
I don't.
Not because I think that they're gargoyles, just because that sounds fun.
No, he's a nice guy.
What'd you say your passive perception was?
Plus 20.
Okay, yeah, I've got a plus 23, so I probably also see the gargoyles.
Right. You see the gargoyle's eyes move, and you're like, oh, shit!
I wave.
Alive.
It's alive! I don't say that. We need to find... What's the smart cat's name?
Deuteronomy.
Is it Deuteronomy? Yep. We gotta find Deuteronomy. I bet he will know exactly where to go.
Well, there's also Mr. Mephistopheles, who probably doesn't like me all that much.
I would say the last time we encountered him, he was encased in ice.
You did cube his ass.
Yeah.
Cube 2, hypercube.
No,
Don't
no,
do it
no.
again.
You know me, always making friends influencing people.
I think that both of them would like to be informed.
I almost looked up garboil. Fucking, can I die, please?
How much have you had to drink?
The rest of the apple pie liqueur.
Well, there you go.
That could be any amount.
That's significant.
Um,
So I guess we're going to be heading
it-
towards Deuteronomy's tower.
If there are, I remember you said that there were a lot of beggars at the outskirts of the city. I do, as we were going in, I probably would have passed out some silver and, used my my hex to help anyone who looks like they're, crippled or whatever.
Solandra, you're such a good person.
Usually I do it when they're not watching. So
I would say if we see you do it kind of surreptitiously, Clementine won't say anything, but she will just kind of smile and be like, "Aw, aw, Solandra."
Holt has
Oh.
a terrible perception score he doesn't notice.
Jesus. Sorry, I was looking up gargoyles and they're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Who knew that having the Earth subtype could really fuck you up? Gargoyles often appear to be winged stone statues, for they can perch indefinitely without moving, allowing them to surprise their foes. Gargoyles always tend toward obsessive-compulsive behaviors that are as varied as their kind is plentiful. Books, stolen trinkets, weapons, and grisly trophies have all been accounted as obsessive-compulsive behaviors and collectibles that gargoyles use to decorate their lair or territory. They tend toward a solitary lifestyle, though they sometimes fear a foursome group called wings for protection or sport. In certain conditions, a tribe of gargoyles might even ally with other creatures, but even the most stable alliances with a gargoyle tribe can collapse for the smallest of reasons. Gargoyles are nothing if not petty. The longer a tribe of gargoyles abides in a region of ruins or buildings, the more its members come to resemble that region's architectural style. The changes a gargoyle's appearance undergoes are slow and subtle, but over the course of years, it can shift radically. That's fucked up.
this is actually making me really sad because I'm thinking about Notre Dame.
Poor Notre Dame. It'll be fine.
Somebody wants to make an ultra modern building made out of glass to replace it.
Oh, no. No. Just...
That was one of the bids.
I saw one that was really cool. Someone photoshopped it, so the roof was a pool. And it was like just a really cool image. Even though they just did it for the goof, it was neat looking.
Doing it for the lulz.
For the lulz.
And naturally, gargoyles are chaotic evil, but I don't run them that way.
No
Gargoyles-
bad breeds, only bad owners.
Exactly. The gargoyles tend toward lawful neutral. Mostly because of their collections. I gotta collect all of the lint! Anyway. So, do you guys head to Deuteronomy's tower?
Yes.
Mr. Mistopheles is performing his duties as door guard, and he sees the three of you, and he's just like, nope, I'm not even. Nope.
Does that mean nope, he's not going to let us through, or nope, he's going to get out of our fucking
No, he's gonna get out of your way.
I wish him a good afternoon.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
That's right. We didn't actually meet him.
I actually, and I turned to Holt and Solandra. Should we see if he wants to join the conversation?
Sure.
Yeah. He's important around here, so maybe.
Yeah, we have some not so great news.
We'd appreciate it if you joined us to talk with Deuteronomy.
Oh, really? All
Mhm.
right.
No funny business or anything, just another set of ears and eyes.
Very well then. As you all go in, Mistopheles rings a bell, and Deuteronomy comes flopping down the stairs. He is a very large cat.
Is he a ragdoll cat?
No. And neither is he, oh lord, he coming big, but he is chunk big.
He is still a unit.
He is still a unit. He is officially chunk in size.
Brilliant.
And he's just like, ah, my friends, it is so good to see you, but where is my wayward prince of crime?
Bolts.
Hmm.
Hi, Deuteronomy.
Ah. I'm afraid that we have some bad news. And Holt starts to take the bag of holding off of his belt and pulls open the strings and starts reaching inside to pull
Deuteronomy
out.
was about to ask, he asks, captured, or, and then you're reaching into the bag and he realizes, dead.
Yeah, I was tried to bring him back, but he wouldn't come.
Of course not.
He did the biggest heist anyone could imagine.
Wanted to go out with a bang. Probably.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, it was the exploding dreadnought, so yeah.
Probably didn't want to get old either.
But he stole an artifact from a chosen warlord and came this close to escaping from an exploding dreadnought and got us what we need to save Septemport. So,
Did he now?
He did.
We will add it to his annals.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that happened.
But you have his coat, correct?
Yes.
We do.
Return it to me. Unfortunately, he's left 2 apprentices behind, so I feel like I may have to replicate it. It'd be no good sending one of them. They're useless without the other.
Are they twins?
Yes.
The enchantment's impressive.
I can imagine. I made it myself.
It seemed to have your signature.
Do you take out the corpse too?
Oh yeah, that's what was in the bag of holding. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
is McCavity's frozen corpse? Because I ice tombed him and we put him in the bag of holding.
So just kind of hauling that out. I can make a strength check if you need be.
Oh
No, he
you're
was
definitely
he was
strong
really
enough.
he was really burnt. It's like he was less than 100 pounds of him.
Like you bring out the smoldering remains, and Deuteronomy just like brings his hands to his lips and just says, "Oh my god, oh my goodness, my dear McCavity."
Well, he was a good friend to us.
Yes.
He certainly didn't intend to be, but he ended up being a hero.
A talented and invaluable.
He ended up being a legend, and I think that's what he would have wanted.
Mustapheles,
Great.
if you will. And Mustapheles takes the coat, and Deuteronomy takes the corpse. We will inter him with the others.
Thank you. We thought he'd want to be returned to his people.
Definitely. We will speak his tale. And up above, every sign that says McCavity, wanted for everything, will serve as a reminder of the people below.
In our company, we walked through the whole jungle and visited Gemma's fortress. And let's see, what other cool things did we do while McCavity was with us? He didn't come to us to Bug World, right?
No.
No, he did not. But
Though
didn't he help us
Vindriz
through-
did.
That's right.
And she
remember, I think-
learned a lot.
He led us to Marduk's tomb, though I don't think he went in it with us.
He did not. So yeah, probably the fact that he went to Gemma's fortress is a good thing addition to his legends. I mean, admittedly, he ran away, but that's okay. That was a very sensible thing for him to do. We
Mm-hmm.
won't talk about that.
You ever just be like mad sensible?
Just prudent as hell.
Prudent wouldn't be prudent. Prudent as fuck.
And Holt is going to conveniently not mention at all the deal that he and McCavity had to anyone.
That's true. You will not have to pay up for it.
Nope.
Fucking nope.
I win.
I lived, bitch.
Where did that leave me from?
Oh,
I wish I had my other note.
Interesting.
Yes.
There is a type of dragon that I did not know about before.
Oh boy.
Now, there are chromatic dragons, which I am familiar with. Primal dragons, which I were vaguely familiar with. Metallic dragons, which I'm intimately familiar with. But there is also the Imperial dragon, which I've never heard of before.
Yeah, they're basically the Asian dragons.
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah, okay. So they're split
Yeah.
between the alignments generally. Ooh. Okay.
So, given this, I don't know how big the freaking Underdark is, but there are so many damn dragon species. Like, can you have more than one of each? Seems like there'd be a dragon overpopulation in the Underdark.
Oh, this place is fucking full of them. The only thing that stops them from breeding is the value of their eggs.
I was just gonna say because they are just plumb asleep. Can't have a baby if you're not awake.
Oh no, that is not what's happening at all. God
Back
damn
in
it.
the first edition, the original AD&D, there were rules for subduing dragons, so that you could actually kind of get a dragon pet.
Oh my lord.
Oh man, you ever fuck up?
Every day of my life.
Oh ho
Every
ho!
day.
Now you fucked up.
Who the hell fucked up now?
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. This is fine.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Stop that. I'm worried.
So you guys bury McCavity. Deuteronomy is a little curious about how all the wands went missing.
Does he ask?
I mean, he was falling out of an airship that was exploding. I'm surprised it's all in one piece at all.
Fair enough. You tell Deuteronomy not to look at a gift horse in the fucking mouth. Shut his goddamn kitty mouth. And he's like,
We could
all
have
right.
taken them all, Deuteronomy.
If he like asks too directly, I'll be forced to say that we're hoping that we could hold on to them because we might need them in McCavity's absence. But those slanders mainly like paying attention to other things.
Conveniently not focusing on the unasked question.
I am decidedly not lawful good.
Fucking got him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Interesting mechanics. Oh, alright, that's fine. Oh, of course. Anyway, so, is there anything else that you guys want to do in Kitty Town?
Maybe ask for some directions?
Yeah, I was about to say if there's a guide or anyone who can give us, a
A
map.
fucking map.
The closest thing you're gonna get is Grisabella's description of her expedition, and you already got that.
Okay.
What about this Grisabella herself? Could she come with us?
No.
Oh goodness.
No, she is too frail.
Oh, I wasn't there when. I mean, is there anything that we can do to help her? I mean,
She doesn't want help. She wants to die.
Yeah.
If you could put a bullet in her brain, she'd be okay with that.
I mean, I could.
well, if by bullet you mean lightning bolt.
Whatever.
Yeah.
At this point,
The point is, I could give her a quick death if she really asked.
Ask? No, it's beyond a cat to ask.
And I guess I'm not killing her.
Fine.
All right.
You'll keep your pride and she'll keep hers.
Good.
Because at this
That's the
point,
way things should be.
it's literally all she's got.
I suppose we could go and probably find her in the same old haunt. if we wanted to speak to her again.
But I don't think she'd have any new information for us.
Oh no, you already know roughly the way to the Drow City and roughly the way to the where you can find the vampire counts.
Are they in the same direction?
No, actually. Well, they're in vaguely the same direction, but they're not too close to each other. They're
The
close
path
enough
will
to...
branch off to either.
Yes. And you do know roughly the way there.
Where there be dragons.
There be dragons everywhere.
So along this route, there be dragons.
Dave, who tells a dragon where they get to make their lair?
Oh,
The dragon.
so by the way, in our travels, if we come across anything draconic, would you be interested?
Who were you asking that to?
Oh, what's his name? Deuteronomy.
Interested in what?
What in particular would you be interested in? I know that you have a deep interest in draconic artifacts. Anything in particular?
Scales and shavings, claw shavings are nice. But be careful. I hold them in high regard because they are my ancestors.
We don't have the same kinship.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for your help, and thank you for allowing the cavity to travel with us for the time.
I look forward to seeing how the twins evolve the legend.
They
Give them our
will-
best.
They are going to give your authorities a run for their money.
Wonderful.
Oh, one question. Teleportation's kind of difficult down here, I've noticed. Is
Incredible.
there any tips to make it work a little better? I don't think that don't do it. Okay.
He's about to say his only hint is don't.
I don't think that that tree stride's gonna be all that useful.
No.
Probably not.
If you can earth stride though, that comes in handy.
I think Clem's got that one covered.
Not really.
Earth glide or earth stride?
Earth glide. Earth glide is what you can do as an earth elemental.
Yep. That's what I was thinking of.
So do y'all have a night in the Cat City before you go further down?
I think that's a wise idea.
Sounds good. Check your spells, check your corners. Solandra, you have a cigarette with a gargoyle. You have a nice conversation.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like once you've had a conversation with a gargoyle, they're terribly dull because, they just do the same thing every day. Which is, sit around, not moving, waiting for a pigeon to get close. And yeah. Apparently, this gargoyle collects bottles, and he's like, I got another fire wine bottle. And you're like, oh man, that's real cool.
Yeah, well, try to remember that when I come back through. Bring him a nice bottle. All right, readjust spells and move up the next one, I guess.
We should probably discuss our plans for once we get to the... Are we going to the Drow City first?
What is it that we do in the Drow City? I mean, aside from the fact that you can't smoke there, which is, don't remember much of what you described.
Chill with Clementine's uncle, basically.
Grandfather, but
Grandfather.
Well, I guess
Um,
it's more about what we think we might be able to learn before heading towards the vampire courts.
exactly.
All right, that sounds reasonable.
I have some not I have some worries about going to the Drow City. Namely, us not being Drow, and their tendency to take Dwegar slaves.
They're slavers, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that with I can't remember his name, but during the negotiations, the Dwegar that was there, he told me all about it.
Well, slave is a strong word.
It is.
Drow prefer the term indentured servitude. There's always a path to freedom if you're strong enough to walk it.
Right. So my concern is that won't have time before the Dragon Emperor gets here to break that whole system.
No.
Maybe after, but
Yeah.
So I guess your real concern is whether or not you'll have the restraint to learn what we need to and move on.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too fucking good with that either.
I mean, I don't like it, but we have to consider our priorities.
Yeah, I just I can go in right now and I can tell myself that I'm going to remember those priorities. But there's no telling what I will do impulsively if I see the opportunity.
There's
Well, just
also no telling what
maybe
you'll remember.
don't.
What?
Hmm?
What did you say?
I said there's no telling what you'll remember.
From what?
From being big or small.
Very true.
If you're big, freeing the slaves might not seem so important in reference to the mote of dust you're currently focusing on. And if you're small, freeing the slaves won't matter because, everybody dies anyway.
That's a good point.
In the grand scheme of things, they will return to the dust of the earth like everything does. To get totally fatalistic about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Clem's face goes very serious and she gets very quiet for a couple of minutes.
Oh, what's that text? Let me see if I can find it. Go on without me. Keep talking.
Well,
I just think that we need to be more prepared before we go after ancient vampires.
agreed.
There is one other thing to consider.
Alright.
The vampires are bound to have spies within the Drow City.
Naturally.
Everywhere, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, they may already know that we're coming. It's not necessarily obvious. Passing through, we haven't really made it clear to anyone what our goal is. But once we get to the Drow City and start asking about the vampires, it's going to be clear that that's where we're headed.
Oh.
How
I
we
mean,
end
there's
this one.
precious few other places that we would be going.
There we go.
Well,
Found
there's
it.
one very significant place we could be going.
So in Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment, one item that you carry with you is the Phase Locket, which reads, "It stirs memories of your past and is a constant reminder of your damned future." And that's how Clementine was feeling. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spoke with Gemma a bit about the vampire court, and he told me to be cautious in how we approach this.
Makes sense. Did he have any other advice?
I mostly just told me a little bit about their origins, how they came to be after Drax's revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And when Drax was defeated, so were they along with him. That was when they went underground, for as long as they have ever been, plotting their likely revenge. It's probably what they want.
Makes sense.
And they're trying to control Drax as a sort of known figurehead for the calamity that they want.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning manipulating the negative energy.
However, when we get rid of them, the question is, does Drax get restored to his normal self? In which case, we do have a Dark Lord to deal with. It's
We
not
have no
nearly as
idea.
dangerous. Yeah.
But I don't think that the situation will get any better by letting them complete their work.
No, not at all. Just something that we have to, we'll have to deal with after.
Exactly.
But we were always going to have to deal with that. Who knows, it might even be easier.
I am
Relative.
back.
Welcome back.
So, where to what now?
I was just filling them in on what Gemma said about the vampire court.
Sounds good.
So, did he advise directly to go to the Draw City?
No. He didn't advise any particular course of action. I didn't ask. And Holt kind of looks guilty at that, but not really. Just kind of shrugs it off.
Hmm.
How we want to approach this is up to us.
Yep.
You guys say within the warm walls of the dancing shrew.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm Chrisabella mentioned a silver dragon on her delve.
That might be a good source of information. And also just plain fucking awesome.
If it's still there, maybe we could have a chat. Hopefully not get burned alive. Do they
No.
burn?
No, they freeze.
Oh.
And they're really pretty. At least they're supposed to be really pretty. Not that I care.
I'd love to see one.
I just can't
I
remember.
wonder if I
if you
could
said
study
it.
one, if I could turn into it.
Solandra, Clementine would probably notice Solandra kind of blushes a little bit. I don't care. Nope.
Because she's thinking about how fiercely intelligent dragons
Well, and also because they're super pretty.
are. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't want to fuck a dragon?
Raise
No
your
one?
hands if you don't want to.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I
wasn't
thought.
That wasn't exactly what she was thinking of, actually.
Yeah, you're not the only one in this bar thinking that. Mm.
Take a look at this silvery boy. Look at it.
Ooh.
And remember, it can
Mhm.
turn into a people.
That's not a problem.
And don't get me started on dragon knights. Woo!
On Dragon what?
Dragon knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Ow!
if you are a dragon knight, that means that dragon let you ride it.
That's a big ol' yum from me.
Or either that, or in the case of a chromatic dragon, you made it let you ride it. Ride or die.
That sounds like something Gemma would be into.
I'm just saying.
Huh.
So you guys spend the evening at the Dancing Shrew. And do you head out into the tunnels?
All right. The Underdark is known for its tricks and traps and illusions, so we should definitely, one of us should be wearing the goggles at all times.
Agreed. Maybe switch them off every hour so we don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I have dark vision and arcane sight too, so I have more options.
Super special elf eyes.
No, these are super special mage eyes.
Elf mage eyes.
Well, yeah.
So overall, so you're switching off the goggles. Everybody give me a sort of like passive perception roll.
I'd imagine that Clementine and Slander will be doing most of the scouting duty.
Well, don't
If
write
Holt
me
asks-
off just yet.
I would say if Holt asks, well, will.
I rolled the absolute best that I could have. As Dave would say, a waste of a 20. Oh. Nice.
Damn.
Hey Clem, what do your elf eyes see? Vroom!
Everything.
All.
So as you
Putting my
guys-
drow eye to work.
As you guys are wandering through the Underdark, there are a whole bunch of tunnels, and everybody give me a survival roll.
Oh boy. Not so good.
You guys are wandering through this tunnel, and you're like, that's barbecue sauce, right? Totally barbecue sauce. Don't worry about it.
That is nothing to worry about there.
Just some barbecue sauce, and
I do have knowledge engineering if that helps any
it
of us.
doesn't.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, that those marks on the wall there, a trading caravan rubbed up against them. You know, sometimes the under earth beasts get upset. You know, and they just move things around. Nothing to worry about. That being said, as you guys are wandering through a tunnel that opens into a wide chamber, filled with many tunnels that go in many directions, you guys are able to roughly figure, oh, we want to go this way. But while you guys are walking through, Clementine, you notice some strange characters.
Behind us or in front of us?
Off to the side, they're going into a different tunnel that you're not going into.
Hey, nothing to worry about. They're going a different way, but looks like there's some folks that look like mushrooms.
The teal one waves at you, and like the blue
I wave
one
back.
like slaps him on the shoulder, like, dude, fucking don't wave at them.
It's too late. I am already waving back.
Oh no, god damn it. They don't say anything. They appear to communicate telepathically, perhaps, but they're obviously very upset with him for saying hello to you. But you guys move on. You're
Was that like a Mike and It adventuring party?
Yes.
Oh my god!
I love them.
Look at that Myconid barbarian. He is so ready to rage.
I love him.
I like the ranger in the back.
I really,
Honestly, I like the ranger.
I like
Yeah.
the rogue. The rogue is very funny.
Well, let's see. We've got a ranger, a rogue, a barbarian, a monk, a wizard, and a druid. Or sorcerer, maybe.
The green one with the kind of cup head.
I think that one's a cleric.
That's cleric, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Looks sort of priestly.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
I think the purple one is a wizard or a sorcerer.
Okay, all right. We'll switch their classes around. They got their character sheets mixed up. Anyway.
I like how gnarly the rogue's knife looks. Like it's got fungus growing on it.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, the fucking barbarian is just wielding a goddamn Tetsubo.
Right? He's just ready.
No mercy.
It's his beaten stick.
You ever seen a Tetsubo?
Yes.
It's fucked up, man. Who the fuck made this thing?
Dude, I bear the unique pain of having pre-ordered For Honor.
Oh,
Yes, I know what a
so
Tetsubo
of course
is.
You know what a Tetsubo is. You poor creature. Well, I'm glad
It's
you had
actually-
fun with it while you could.
It was
It
Geralt's
was
signature weapon.
$120. I know. Press
Who's
F
sig-
for respect,
Whose signature weapon?
Geralt. My grave domain cleric.
Oh, snap. We're talking Oni power here.
Yep. Choose a yokai.
Oh. So as you guys are wandering through the tunnels, you eventually get a little disoriented.
That's to be expected.
Guys, we may be able to figure out how the fuck to get out of here again.
Ah.
I assumed you'd be able to do some magic and we just pop up. Back up there.
No.
I can discern north.
Which reminds me, does anybody have a compass?
Yes! Yes, I do!
Sweet.
I have the no north cantrip.
Useful.
Yes, I do. I have a compass and I have a map of Septemport.
Sweet. Holt, you look at your compass.
Mm-hmm.
It's spinning wildly.
It's having a little trouble right now.
Oh. Yeah, Clementine, I could tell north too.
Where the rats?
Huh.
Right, so
He just sort of spins in place along with the needle.
Clem, do you try to cast no north?
I do.
Clem, make a fortitude save.
Okay. 28.
Sweet, you don't vomit. So you cast Find North, and your head, like your internal sense of direction grows hyper acute and shows you north, and then it starts spinning around in your subconscious. And you're like, oh no, that feels bad. Oh. And you manage not to vomit until you dismiss the spell. Or do you choose not to dismiss the spell?
Nope, I'm gonna turn that off.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. Compasses are broke.
Well, alright. That's good to know.
Okay.
Can I get a perception check?
Yeah!
Yes.
Those of whom who are trying to navigate get a minus 20 penalty.
Okay. That's fine, that's no problem.
I am periodically leaving an arcane mark.
-3.
All right, what was that again?
You got a -3 and a 13 backing you up, Salandra.
For what? What's the roll?
Perception.
Uh,
If it helps, it's audio-based.
so this is, you said it was -10 if we're doing what? If we're trying to navigate?
It's -20 if they're trying to navigate. And these two chowderheads are like checking maps, and they got their compasses out, and they're trying to cast spells and figure out which direction to go.
All right, so I got 31. Oh, sorry, no, 31. Sorry.
Okay, better. So they're futzing with their maps and stuff, and Salandra, you hear something. Oh wait.
Hold on. What? Did you hear that?
What?
Is something coming?
Didn't hear anything. Puts the compass in a belt pouch. Useless thing.
That sounded all familiar to me.
That's the exact same sound that you heard before.
Great.
And now that you hear it again, you all get blasted by a gigantic gust of wind.
Oh boy.
Whee!
And
Did the second noise sound closer than the first one?
Yes, it did.
Are there any alcoves or any place where we can go for cover?
No, this place is like a heart chamber. Like the Underdark is split between tunnels and chambers have many tunnels opening up in many directions.
Is this gust of wind forceful enough to try and push us back?
Try? What do you mean try?
I would say I'd probably go flying.
Tell me to make a roll, Mr. DM.
Can you resist a 180 mile per hour gust of wind?
I don't know.
Go for it, kiddo. Give me a Constitution roll.
No!
Okay.
But I tried. I got an 8.
I transform into an air elemental.
That's great. Now it's super good at pushing you. The good news is that now you'll take less damage against anything.
I was gonna say now when I slam into the wall.
Exactly, you'll just sort of like flop around.
Do I have time to cast Certain Grip?
What grip?
Certain Grip, the one that kind of makes me adhesive.
Alternate suggestion: make an intelligence check.
Oh, just plain intelligence. That's a 27.
No foot grip certain enough will stop you from getting blown off your feet. Your best chance is to cast Fly to be able to control your
Okay, I can do Fly.
Aroundedness.
Fly is doesn't even require an action from me. So.
Exactly. strangely enough, none of you get knocked into any of the tunnels. You get buffeted up against the wall. Halt, you take an insignificant amount of damage.
Okay.
You take 8 damage. It goes away before you reach wherever it is you're going.
Fair enough.
You guys get buffeted and sent through a series of tunnels that lead you to a large pool of water. As the wind collects against the wall, it ejects a bunch of dew and convalesces and condensates a bunch of water that all just sort of group together and slam into this sort of weird natural spring. Y'all come out of the water soaking wet, and you realize this water is hot. Thankfully, you all have enough fire resistance to not give a fuck. Wait, Solandra, do you have any fire resistance?
I was about to say, I don't have it unless I cast it.
Okay. You take 6 points of fire damage, because holy fuck, this water is hot. This is
Get out of the water as quickly as possible.
What is boiling temperature?
212 degrees Fahrenheit.
This water is boiling!
Oh, goodness.
Thankfully, you're only in it for a little while until you fly out. That being said, the other 2 of you are fine.
Hot tip.
Actually, this is kind of nice.
But say, it's kind of comfy.
I leisurely get out of the pool of water.
Solandra, you get out and you are steaming.
Yep.
You guys look up the tunnel, and it seems like this sort of phenomena happens often.
Huh.
Clementine, you might be able to get out by transforming into an earth elemental, but you're not going to be able to bring Holt with you, and naturally teleportation is out of the question. Dimension dooring works down here, but it won't be able to get you out because the tunnel is too deep.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can go, I think, more than 1,000 feet with Dimension Door, but I need kind of a line of sight of some sort.
That being said, this pool of boiling water leads to a tunnel leads to this pool of boiling water. So there is a way out.
Why is the water boiling? What is heating it?
That's a very good question. Make a science check. No. Make a knowledge nature or knowledge engineering check.
Knowledge engineering?
Knowledge nature kind of sucks. Knowledge engineering excuses. Oh, that's like the second one now. 34.
Oh, this hot spring is being fueled by a geothermal vent, and the deeper down you go, the stronger they are. So the water smells kind of funny, a little methane-y, a little, but mostly it's just fucking hot.
So when you say the tunnel is a means out, you mean the tunnel we got blown down, or is there?
No, there's another tunnel that you'll be able to walk through.
Okay.
Well, I guess we only have one way we can go.
I mean, you could try to fly out. I don't recommend it.
I'm
I
gonna
can't fly.
I'm gonna start using Arcane Mark at periodic junctures. I had swapped it out for Mage Hand.
Fair enough. As you guys are heading through the tunnel, give me some perception checks.
Gladly.
Okay. Any penalty for these?
Nope.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 14.
Okay. So, Clementine and Salandra, you two spot a magical sensor field. You can notice it pretty easily if you look at it from a certain angle. And with eyesight as keen as yours, this sort of trap is actually not too difficult to spot.
Right, I have my permanent arcane vision now, so that I can, essentially, I'm always seeing magic auras.
Oh yeah, this thing is magic as fuck. Give me a spellcraft roll. Meanwhile, Holt, you find something else. Holt,
Oh.
this is what you find.
Oh,
Oh,
like a pendant?
yeah, some old golden Paylor holy symbol that somebody lost down here. Pure gold, too.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Salandra, this trap here is so stupidly powerful. Somebody made it, like, for fun. Somebody was just fucking around and was like, how much magic can I put in one trap?
So is this the thing that triggers the air, or is this something else? This is something else, right?
If you walk through it, it triggers the trap, which triggers a prismatic wall, greater shout, mass hold person, greater dispel magic, baleful polymorph, telekinesis slam, and invisibility purge.
Holy fuck!
It's very this. As a matter of fact, it's so stupidly overloaded. Like, you can just go to a couple pieces of it and do a thing to undo it. But if you walk through this and be like, oh fuck, oh no, my ass, oh the whole ass has been blown up. Oh god, no, this sucks. But it was made to be so stupidly powerful, it's sloppy in its construction.
How old is this thing?
Pretty recent. It looks like it's been worked on progressively over a long series of years.
Well, it means that there's someone significant power. These spells are no joke. I mean, a bunch of lower level ones, but look at that symbol. That's prismatic wall. That's a fucking nasty spell. I know the theory of it, but Jesus.
I'd say that's the nasty one. And the trick is, if you fail the hold person, you're stuck in the prismatic wall. So it just keeps fucking with you until you die.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I love it.
That being said, the runes' construction are immaculate. They're just stacked on top of each other in the stupidest, worst way possible. You don't need to be a rogue to disarm this trap. All you need is a bucket of water, basically. Hell, if somebody just slams an axe or a big blade into the wall, it'll totally fucking wreck this thing.
Okay. We will totally fucking wreck this thing.
Sounds good. Do you use brother or I? Man, I can't remember the name of Holt's sword. Audra. Do you use brother or Audra?
I mean, I'm the one looking at it, so I'd probably use brother.
Sounds good. You give the series of runes a nasty chop, and the whole thing sort of sputters and dies. Easy to break, also easy to fix.
Well, someone put some hard work into it, so.
So, Reynolds, how does this holy symbol feel in my hand?
Feels fine. All sense of holiness that it once possessed are lost.
Well, it's shiny. And I put it in my belt pouch with the other holy symbols that I have.
Like, as you pocket it, you recognize that it's just gold. Make a wisdom check, Holt.
Sure. A 1
Okay.
total. I didn't roll a 1.
Oh.
I just have a -1 because my wisdom is...
Oh, got it.
I rolled a 2.
It's shiny. It's fucking treasure. You pick it up.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
And as
nothing,
you...
nothing can possibly go wrong for randomly finding a shiny gold thing in the middle of the tunnel.
Don't worry about it. And as you guys wander through the tunnel, as you open up, you find you find things that are more well lit later on. All you guys have like dark vision or some way to see in the dark, right?
Yep.
At this point, you have no need to, as the chamber you're about to enter is very well lit and glittering with riches. And as you either boldly or cautiously look within, you notice the owner. Whoops.
What color?
Sorry. You notice the owner. The piece of treasure that you just picked up. No.
Oh, red.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my.
And we'll get to that next time. Y'all get 10,000 experience points for a fan-tiddly-tastic session.
Jesus.
How's that for a cliffhanger? Is that a good cliffhanger?
Ah.
I was
Finally
absolutely expecting it, but it was a good cliffhanger. It's like,
dragoning our dungeons!
Finally, it's only session 61, and we finally found a fucking dragon.